Hello, my name is Second, and we are playing FTB One. And last time, we set up a laser drill setup from Industrial 4 going that, slow and steady, is getting us some resources. And I had said that the power situation, we had just thrown a cell down here, was going to be temporary. We'd set something up. And all I really needed was this 6-tier solar panel. There's plenty in there to last through the night, and it will fill up and continue to charge and run over the next day. So now that this is all set up, it certainly doesn't have the speed of a digital miner, but we never have to move it, and it is now free. Yeah, we don't need a lot of resources given the chickens, but the chickens don't give us stuff like tin and copper for some reason, osmium. I don't know why not copper. So what we're gonna work on today is first a little bit of wireless access to our refined storage system, because why not? We'll make this wireless grid. Come on. Well, while that's cooking, we're also going to want to make a wireless transmitter. There we go. Throw that in there. Here it is. We can just pop this, well, that doesn't work. Actually, it probably would, hilariously. But, let's get this off of here. See if we can get it onto something here. There we go. Bright light. Now this thing has a little GUI here. Right now it only has a range of 16 blocks. And we'll have to, I think, shift click to link the this thing, the wireless grid. Okay, yeah, I think we're already out of range. But here we're in range. You can see we have access to everything. Pretty cool. I don't know why there isn't a wireless crafting grid. I feel like there used to be. But it's okay. We're going to want to increase this thing's range. And of course, everything orange is going to show up, isn't it? Let's see. That's the mechanism. That's refined storage. There's a range upgrade. Don't know if there's another version. No. But we can make 4 of these just fine. I thought extra storage used to add an infinite range. Well, maybe it will in future updates. We're still in 1.19.2 here. Not that I'm complaining. So let's go ahead and, go ahead and craft these up. It'll hold 4, so, we need to teach it. Alright, we'll be back. I'll just jump back up here. Now it's got 48 block range, which is still, not huge. Let's see if we can reach it out where I want it. You can get it out here. That's a little bit out of range. Yeah. Well, hopefully the bigger upgrades will come in update. We could always run Kale out if we decide we really need access to the refined storage system out here. That's why the occultism system is so cool. It's the remote. Works from any distance, across any dimension. I cleared out some of the forest here. There's a couple of things I want to get a start on today. The first of which is Botania. We're gonna come on over here. I don't know if we have a handbook around anywhere. It doesn't look like it. That's alright. We're gonna make a Lexica Botanica. We'll just run over here. Actually, we should, we can't really craft from the portable grid either. Oh, I feel so nerfed. That's alright. We are gonna want to make Lexica Botanica first thing. Probably have one lying around somewhere. That's, yeah, no achievement, so we definitely have one. This is a great guidebook. Tells you everything you need to know. We are going to take any of the mystical flowers. Yellow sounds good. Make some petals. And then we are going to make ourselves Petal Apothecary. No more slabs in the recipe. What do you know? We're also going to make ourselves four white petals. I love the new petal textures. We're going to grab a couple seeds. Now we're going to go back out here. This will be a fine place to set this up. We're going to need a little bit of water. And we're going to... How do we shut the magnet off? I've forgotten. Magnets and Botania don't mix. What is it? Simple magnets? Or FTB magnets? It's somewhere. Now, all the flowers in Botania, you make the same. You just throw them with Q, whatever petals you need, into the Petal Apothecary, and then you throw in seeds. And you get your flower. In this case, we got a pure daisy. Now, this stuff should all be integrated with, yeah, this is fine. This other stuff, these you find underground, these mushrooms. We have our Whirly Sprig, giving us renewable flowers. So we're just going to use the flowers and the petals and all that. Pure daisies are about transformation. There's there's a couple different things you can do. I think you can even look it up. Yeah. So you can get like packed ice to blue ice. You can get some cobble. What we want is living wood and living rock. So you put some logs down and you'll see some particle effects, and in about a minute it'll start transforming into living wood. Has a very nice texture. We can take some stone, do the same thing, make ourselves some living rock. While all that's cooking, we need to make ourselves a little machine here. We're gonna get an acacia pressure plate, why not? And then we're gonna need some redstone. We're gonna need a repeater. We're gonna want a hopper. Do we have a hopper? Yes, we do. And this thing should be transforming. Oh, that's a nice new texture. The living wood is much brighter than it used to be. The living rock, I like the old texture. I really like this texture. This is gorgeous. We can make bricks. We can make polished. Will you make bricks out of the polished? Yes, we can. For what I'm about to build, you do not need... You could build this out of dirt. You don't need living rock. But I like it, so we're going to use it. We're going to come right to the middle here, I should think. And we're going to want a repeater. And there we go. I want a pressure plate. A redstone dust up there. If there's something on the pressure plate, it sends a redstone signal. I'm going to take a slab of this stuff. I'm going to see if we can pop it down right on top of the repeater. That will allow us to send, oh, no, wait, we don't need a slab. We should just use a regular block. Some redstone dust up there. Living wood, perhaps unsurprisingly, you can make living wood planks with. But with the planks, you can make these cool open crates which work like droppers, except they always drop straight down. They are wonderful. So what we could do here, if we had a silly amount of coal, we could put coal in here, right? That magnet's on. Thought I turned it off. There might be a key conflict now. It's down here, simple magnets, I want to say. Yeah, let's change this to something we're not using. There we go. I thought there was some sound that I hadn't heard. So, the way this works, like, when there's anything on the pressure plate, redstone signal goes up to the hopper, which locks it. If there's nothing here, the hopper will unlock and, put a piece of coal, in this case, into the open crate, which will drop it straight down. Alright, so what? We're going to harvest ourselves up a little more living wood here. I just filled this up with all the flowers we have. Almost all. We're going to take some magenta petals here. And that should be everything we need to make ourselves our first mana spreader. We're going to put this one away. You don't want this right next to the pressure plate, because a redstone signal will turn this thing off. We're going to want to be able to go just a block up here. And then we're going to make ourselves a mana pool. Toss that right on top. And a couple more petals. Doesn't matter what color. We'll do red. And we're going to need to make ourselves a wand of the forest, which is sort of like the wrench of the mod. You can make it out of, we need the twigs. Twigs are expensive. They're 2 of the living wood logs a piece. Or log variants. Definitely not the planks, though. Any 2 petals will work. Our wand of the forest. We're going to shift click and shift click. See how now this is facing and pointing at the mana pool, and if you hold the wand of the forest, you can see some little particles going. Cool. Now, one kind of flower you can make, like this pure daisy down here, this is a functional flower. It does stuff. There's also one called a generating flower, which generates mana. And there's all sorts of different ones, and do it all sorts of different... Really? What do you got? Get out of here. You can generate mana all kinds of different ways. And everybody does it just like I'm about to do it, in the early game at least, with the good old-fashioned endoflame. Endoflame consumes burnables and turns it into mana. And mana is the power of the mod. Also, that's a cool way to repeat recipes. So if there's something that burns nearby on the ground, Endoflame's gonna pick it up. And if there's an available mana spreader, which is, these are kind of like the pipes of the mod, or one kind of pipe, they will connect to it, and they will send the mana to it. When this has the mana in it, it's going to send it up here into the mana pool. You can even see it collecting. And the fact that this is so automatable and easy is a big part of why it's so popular. I'm gonna fix it up a little bit, probably add a couple more Endoflames. Livingwood has a stripped version. That's relatively new. It's pretty good. In addition to being sort of the power of the mod, mana is transformative. Let me turn one probe back on. For instance, we can take a diamond. If there's enough mana in the pool, we'll get a mana diamond. And that's a nice new texture. That's very nice. With the mana diamond and a little bit of living rock, we can make ourselves a runic altar. We're going to put the runic altar, I think, on this side. We have the, if this is our actual working area, which it may not be, we have the least amount of room on this side, and the runic altar does not take up a lot of space. We're going to need another mana spreader to get mana out of the mana pool so that the runic altar can use it. Now, I don't think the runic altar has, yeah, perfect, has a buffer that it'll store mana in, except when it's doing a crafting recipe. But, you want to get mana into something? Mana spreader. Get mana out of something? Mana spreader. Mostly. We'll get into sparks later. I'll use this altar for a couple of things, but what we use it for most commonly, I ought to go into this GUI, is for making runes, which are typically crafting ingredients for something else. We wanted to make this rune of water, for example. We would want a fishing rod, no string. Anyway, I got some string. So we'll get a fishing rod. We'll get some bone meal. What else did it say? The sugar cane. And also, we'll get a little redstone. We got plenty of redstone. Also, some Terrasteel and some mana powder. Those are easy enough to get. We do it just like we did the mana diamond. And then you just right-click the ingredients. Whoops. There we go. Onto the altar. When there's a valid recipe, the mana spreader will start transferring mana. You see there's a little progress dial over there on the right. When that fills up, and when the X over the arrow turns into a check mark, you gotta do a couple of things. You're gonna want to right-click the runic altar with some living rock, and then right-click with your wand of the forest. That doesn't tend to show up well in JI or REI or what have you, but that is how you do it. There's our rune of water. Gotta make these other three basic ones. They're all, same idea except different vanilla ingredients. Here's the basic 4. Now, most of the rest of these use different ones. Use different runes. They usually don't consume the runes in the recipes. In fact, if I remember, none of these should consume them. But we've got like the second tier, which are for the 4 seasons. And they'll use like 2 of the first tier and some other ingredients. We got this second tier, third tier I guess, which uses mana diamonds, and one of the second tier and one of the first tier. There's also a weird one. There's this Rune of Mana, which just uses mana pearls and mana steel. Now all of them use the living rock and the wand of the forest, but this one, I don't know, it's kind of first tier. And you make mana pearls just like you'd expect by tossing them right into your mana pool. I think it's 5. Yep. So I'm going to make all of the rest of these. Here's the Rune of Spring. That's what I got all the saplings and the wheat out for. I don't know if I got that on camera. It was a total crafting fail. So you see we got the spring and we got the water and the earth back. Alright, we're making our third tier there. While those are making themselves, we're going to get a start on Nature's Aura. First thing we need, assuming it hasn't changed, are some brilliant fibers. What are we missing there? Oh, we're missing grass. Huh? Get some grass. Okay, here we go. Get a good amount of this stuff. What you do with it is you just right-click on some leaf blocks. Now, we're going to do it over here, because sooner or later we're going to want to clear this area out too, I think. It'll start spreading, and you'll know when it's when it's ready to harvest. You can see it changing now, and as they change completely, they will spread. Okay, last one. These all will become important. We'll use this for other stuff too. Alright. Next thing we're gonna want to make is a terrestrial something. We're gonna need 3 blocks of lapis. And we're gonna need a block of mana steel. I don't actually know if we can make it like this. I've never tried. Find out for science. Yeah, okay. Now, this recipe will consume these, so keep that in mind. Now, this is part of a small multi-block, and we're going to look up how to do it, because I always get it backwards. You see, we've unlocked so many more chapters now. So there's the plate. Okay, so 5 living rock, right? We'll put it down right over here. We're just going to do a checkerboard pattern. 5 like this. And then we will just need 4 more lapis blocks. And then when we got it all together, we put the plate right there. Now, we're going to need to send mana here. And the most efficient way to do that is not actually with the mana spreaders. It's with something called a spark. So we're gonna just make some basic sparks. You can just take any petals at all. Oh, we'll need a little bit of blaze powder. No blaze rods. Criminal. Okay, there we go. Different spark. Wait, we have cyclic? Oh, okay. We're going to be having some fun. We're going to want 2 of these. We're going to put one down, like, right on top of the mana pool. And we're going to put another one here. We're going to need half a mana pool to run the operation we want to run. We're at, 25%, give or take. We're getting there. Okay, this looks like a good amount. Let's, drop those down. That's not a whole lot of gold leaf, but it's enough to get us started. So for Nature's Aura, first thing we want to do, well, we want to make the book. The Book of Natural Aura is fantastic. It will, it'll guide you through. Solstice. Some of this stuff is new. I'll be psyched to check out some of this new stuff. This looks cool. This looks cool. Oh, that's from Naturalist. Okay. Anyway, we got the book of let's get Nature's Aura in front of us, not Naturalist. Naturalist is cool, but it's not what we're doing right now. What we want are 8 of these wooden stands. There we go. And these are the permanent component of the Ritual of the Forest, which we're going to put right here. Now we're just going to look it up like this. A lot of this stuff, like aura plants and similar, we would see if we were in chunks that had generated since this mod was added. These chunks are not those chunks. Now you'll notice kind of these little spots here. 1 gold leaf will get you 2 gold powder in a crafting grid. You place it down just like redstone. And this is the same for every Ritual of the Forest that you do. It also needs a sapling. We're not going to put a sapling in right away, because, we want this to do something. We don't want the sapling to grow. Are you kidding me? We can just get these from botany pots? Okay. So we're going to need a poppy, a sugarcane, an oak sapling. Like, these represent the pedestals. This represents the sapling that you plant in the middle. It doesn't show you the gold powder, but that's how this works. Now, my experience anyway is it doesn't matter where you start, but it does matter what order you go around in. So we'll want to go poppy, sugarcane, oak sapling. Whoops. There we go. Then we're going to want to skip one. Then we're going to want to go seeds, gold leaf, dandelion, right? So seeds, gold leaf, dandelion. Put our oak sapling in the middle. And we could just wait for it to grow, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and bone meal this. It'll work just as well. And you'll get some really nice particles. The items will disappear off the pedestals. Then the gold leaf will disappear, and you'll get whatever it was that you were making. In this case, we were making an ancient sapling. What the ancient sapling does is its leaves will restore aura in the surrounding chunks. Aura is the power of nature's aura. We used a little bit of it to make this sapling. We can make a structure that will help us make an item that will show us how much aura is around us wherever we happen to be, and that makes this all a lot easier to understand. Meanwhile, I think our mana pool is about ready to make some Terrasteel. So you just right-click these down on the plate, and the magnet will, of course, pick them up. So that darn Plague Doctor from the Rats mod. Ew. Now, this will take a minute. And you can see the mana draining out here at pace. We'll need Terrasteel for a few things. Most importantly, the Elven Gateway. Now, the way those ancient trees work, when their leaves run out, it's just the bare wood there, and they don't do anything anymore. So you need more ancient saplings, but I guess we have botany pots, and I guess the ancient saplings are not blacklisted from the botany pots. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, we got hopper ones. Wonderful. Let's see if we can... We'll just make a recipe for it. Why not? Now, we probably need a recipe for plain terracotta. Now, the hopper botany pot, we could just take this out. The hopper botany pot, I guess you can craft directly. All it takes is a hopper on top of the same recipe, which is very, very cheap. These are powerful. They tend to be laggy. You don't want a whole ton of them, but I will absolutely Evilcraft. We'll absolutely make one. We're gonna get ancient saplings from it. Now the hopping pot should mean this is all automated. Get a little dirt. Throw it in there, throw the sapling in there. See anything? Not really. Let's see what happens if we speed it up. Oh yeah. Definitely making the wood. And there's a sapling. Alright. These are the go-to early game way to generate aura. The more we get, the less rituals of the forest we'll have to do. And, not that I don't like doing Ritual of the Forest, but if we can get them faster, we're going to get them faster. And I think that's going to about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.